Oh, and where we can, like, for everyone.
We're live, by the way, Steph.
That is, warning, Erika.
I told you. Honestly,
No,
that's my favorite. I should have given a little bit more warning. But honestly, those are my favorite go lives, is when it's like, oh shit. Welcome everybody to Roll
that's
D5.
The vibe we're bringing today.
Most of us are unmedicated ADHD people, so hi. Welcome everybody to Roll D5. We have a very, very fun game ahead of us. We are going to be playing an ADHD themed module by Awfully Queer Heroes. We are super excited. They are so kind and so sweet. They wanted to be able to come and hang out with us tonight, but it's 3 a.m. for them, so we'll catch them in the VOD later. As always, I am Erika Ondoin, and you can find me here, as well as a writer for Women in Gaming series on Couch Soup, and a content creator on Deadpan. We're going to actually go with our special guest introduction first. We are very, very excited to have Bat Nerd Violet. So, Violet, tell us about you.
Hello. Hi, my name is Violet, also known as Bat Nerd Violet. I am a full-time content creator over here on Twitch. I love variety games. I love being interactive with the community. I have a new passion for TTRPGs as of like the beginning of the pandemic. I'm super excited, super happy to be here, and I'm just ready for the chaos for tonight.
Yes.
It's going to be fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here and saying yes. This felt just like the perfect game for you to come and play with us. So let's move on to Matt. Tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Matt. I'll be playing a barbarian, but we'll get to that. And if y'all want to find more about me, I on all the socials, Twitch and YouTube, improv and D&D. Thank y'all very much. I'm so excited. I'm so jazzed.
I'm loving the beard. Look at that. He grew that overnight. Chef's kiss,
Right?
so impressive.
I've never been able to grow a beard, but just for this.
Your face was like,
Incredibly
I'm
jealous.
ready. This is my moment. Wonderful. And Mika, you will be our dungeon master for the night. Or as
Hello,
you like to be called, Dungeon Mika?
Yes, I'm your Dungeon Mika. I am ready to wrangle this group of mostly neurodivergents.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I have to say.
That's it. He's also
I'm
a
gonna
regular
be-
here, so.
I'm going to be talking nonstop through most of this, so you don't need to hear any extra
Save your
from me.
voice. We'll save your
it up.
voice. Awesome. Thank you, Mika. And let's talk about you, Steph.
It feels important, before I introduce myself, that you all know that in our not streamed game, we all call Mika Dungeon Daddy.
Seriously?
So
Nice.
How did I not know
Anyway.
this?
that just felt
It's
appropriate.
been a while. It's been a
So
while.
by all, I mean used to be the joke, but I'm bringing it back because it feels necessary. Anyways, hi guys, I'm Steph. I don't do a lot of TTRPG stuff or things online, but you can find me at Steffi Julia on Twitter, where I mostly yell about being ADHD and religion and things. But I am playing, my character's name is Raven Way, and that is a reference that no one here seems to get. So if any of you know what I'm referencing, bonus post.
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, well, that is everybody. So I'm going to hand the stream on over to Mika, who's going to talk a lot.
You bet I am.
Hell yeah.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons Adventures in ADHD Edition. I'm your Dungeon Mika. Our ADHD one-shot that we're running is called Adventures in ADHD by Awfully Queer Heroes. I backed this project on Kickstarter. Side note, I have a Kickstarter addiction. Someone please take the app away from
No.
me. I'm actually running this with my coworkers right now. And so, yeah, we're going to try and condense this into a one-shot. I don't think it was meant to be necessarily a 3-hour one-shot, but having ADHD, I like the challenge. So, to start off, all of you know each other. You're in an adventuring party together. You've just finished a new adventure, and you are at a pub, a tavern, just congratulating each other. What was this recent adventure y'all accomplished?
Ooh.
All of you, tell me your favorite part about this adventure. Just make it up.
All right, starting with improv real
Great.
quick. I haven't thought of anything yet. Has anyone else?
Do you want us to tell this in character?
Yes, tell it in character.
All right. So Lou, first off, you see him. He's got his halberd. He's got a couple javelins on top of his halberd. It's not really his weapon. He's got a banner on top that has like an outline of his face, but it's like he's got his rippling muscles, and he's just very gruffly saying, "Oh goodness, that was satisfying. I love being able to get down and dirty and slam those guys down to the ground."
Oh, so Lady Moth is she's an empath herself, and so she just looks at him, just like this most endearing look, puts her hand on his shoulder and says, "You need to get a little bit cleaned up. Do you mind if I just take some of, like, this little rag here and just kind of like dust you off a little? You're covered in mud. This is ridiculous." Though it was great to watch that fight.
Thank you. I appreciate.
Yes.
He'll kind of stand up straight and allow said dusting off.
Thank you.
We took those goblins down one by one. Winona has just like almost stars in her eyes, reminiscing about the fall of all of the goblins.
Oh yes, Winona, the tunes you played resonated through the fields.
My
I could
best
feel it in my bones.
I'm going to have to copyright that song.
It was pretty
Make
good.
so much gold from it.
Ooh, aren't you in like a bard
Sounds
guild?
empty.
We could like make lots of money out of it and spread it around. I like gold. It's shiny. Anyways, I'm gonna continue
right.
to clean you up.
In that moment, you see the sight of the most exuberant half-human fawn. He greets your eyes. He joins in your celebration with a cheerful demeanor. He makes sure to ask questions with a clear yet casual intonation. He says, "Greetings, fellow travelers. In these times of troubles and in the need of most pressing matters to be taken care of. May I have your attention, please?
Yes. And Lou is gonna lean over the Raven and say, should I know this person?
What? I wasn't listening.
Lou will gesture towards this. You said Fawn?
Yes.
Yes. Lou, I'd say maybe he's got a very high opinion of himself, so he's like sees a lot of fans, but might forget them from time to time. So he'll like gesture and say, "Raven, I wouldn't want to forget a important fan."
No one's that important, dude. Everyone's just gonna die anyway. We're all mortals in the end.
We need to have a bit of a conversation later, Raven. We're gonna...
If there is later.
Oh, there will be. I'll force it.
This Fawn, his face lights up with happiness as someone gives this yes. You all grant him a seat, you offer him food and drink. And what follows next is a haze of half-remembered stories of a near yet faraway place where things pile up, distractions abound, and some magical entity has gone missing. The Fawn introduces himself at last when he gets up. My name is Mr. A.D. Hoptidoodle, and I will forever be thankful for all your gifts, he says. Now it's time to get some work done. And then he sprints on his hooves, and soon he is bathed in amber half-lights. And it's morning. Next thing you know, it's morning. You've got these hazy memories. You're not quite sure what happened, but you find this note that reads, fellow travelers, I have seldom enjoyed a night of stories and laughter such as yesterday. It makes me believe that there are more things worthwhile beyond the domains I dwell upon. Nevertheless, here is once again a small bit of gratitude for the gracious way in which you all offered me your attentions, something which will surely be helpful as I make things right, for there are lots of things to do. Lots to do, lots to do. Yours affectionately, Mr. A.D. Hoptidoodle.
Whoa, that guy was real? Thought I dreamed him.
He was very odd, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What? Yes, oddness. Okay. I forgot what it said. What did it say again?
Who cares? Like, what is he? You didn't ask us to do anything. It's just one more thing.
Adventuring, my love, adventuring. I'm sure that was what it was about. Can you hand me that letter, please? She's gonna take the letter. Still doesn't make any sense.
You see, as you go over this letter again, all of you start to feel. You notice that you feel kind of different. You're feeling a little ADHD, if you will. We're going to we pre-rolled some ADHD symptoms your characters will have. So first, Erika, tell us about your character's ADHD symptom.
Yeah, let me grab it because I 100% did not forget. I've rolled inattention. The character often makes careless mistakes without meaning to. This hits too close to home.
All right. Matthew.
Yeah.
Ooh, what is yours?
I've got impulsivity. I cannot wait.
All right. Steph.
I am also impulsive, but I usually am acting or speaking without thinking, which is definitely not something I have already been doing through the last 20 seconds of roleplay.
And finally, Violet, what is yours?
I rolled inattention. The character often forgets things, which is also very too close to home for my comfort right now.
And then real quick,
Excellent.
so ROU redeemed our special guest, channel point thing. I can speak. Which will temporarily give our special guest Violet an ADHD symptom of their choosing. So ROU, go ahead and pick a random or relatable ADHD symptom that Violet's character will have just temporarily.
We can have them roll a d20 and go back to the list.
We could do that.
Oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay.
I can
ROU, roll a
handle
d20.
it.
If you
Okay,
don't
I
have a
got
d20 with you.
I got a 1.
Oh, you nat one.
Oh
Man.
boy.
Get it out of the way.
Oh no.
Jeez, I didn't.
Did you not have the thing up?
Oh, here we go. Okay. Your additional symptom, inattention. The character often has a hard time paying attention and daydreams.
Ooh.
You're
All
just
right.
coming for my throat today. All right.
So you'll only have it for like the next, like, let's say 15-ish minutes for your character.
All right. Sounds good.
And the rest of your life for you.
And the rest of your life. I love it.
Excellent. Well, after I'm assuming you all end up leaving the tavern.
Yeah, very
Sounds like
quickly.
Yeah, as you read the letter, all of you are like, "Huh, okay, that was real. Whatever." And yeah, you head out. Unless there's something else you want to do in this nondescript tavern.
On Lady Moss's way out,
No, all right.
she is going to accidentally bump into another table, which has a bunch of drinks on it, and she's going to accidentally cast Chill Touch. Let me read you the description and why this is going to be terrible.
Oh, no.
You create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within a range. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature to assail it with a chill of the grave. But she's gonna accidentally cast it on the people at the table and on their cups.
Ooh. All right. Describe this. What happens?
Okay, so as she bumps in, she says, "Oh shit!" But as in her absolute panic, her hands light up this pretty little frosty blue color, and little snowflakes start kind of coming out, and it turns into this really like elegant hand that just almost like brushes the whole table, and everything just freezes, and probably
Raven?
freaks everyone out.
Raven is absolutely fascinated by this hand. Like, she thinks it's the coolest thing she's ever seen, and is just staring.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Yikes.
Everyone at the table's like, I mean, we know what magic is. That's magic, but unexpected this early in the morning. Why?
Okay, but like, have you ever eaten a Frosty? Like a slushie? Now you can do that with your beer. A beer slushie?
One of them kind of just slushes. All right, I'll take it.
It's good? Yeah, it's good.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, you're welcome. Raven, that's
He
the
drinks
coolest.
more and throat brain freeze.
Come on! Raven, that's the coolest thing you've ever seen. That.
Yeah, it was all like skeletal.
Not like the sacred flame or anything like that. That, okay. You like the frost then?
It's all real bright and careful. It's just a facade for the inevitable darkness.
That's a bit rude. Okay. Well, now I know.
What
Right.
just happened? I was thinking about not being
Oh,
here and
hi.
field of sunflowers.
Oh.
What was I talking about again?
Oh, sunflowers. And she's gonna take her hand and wrap it around her shoulder and guide her out while she's telling her all about this wonderful on purpose thing she totally did, making frosted beer.
As you head out the door, it takes you a second to realize this. You're not where you remember being. You're pretty sure, you were pretty sure you were outside of the city of Waterdeep. But when you exit, you don't see the city limits. You don't. Nothing's familiar. You instead find yourselves in this idyllic pastoral countryside, and all the people around you seem very cheerful and caught in some sort of daydreaming. And, well, Matt, what is your character's favorite smell?
Oh, okay. So, Lou's favorite smell is the smell of his own sweat. After a good bout in the cages, it's the combination of stress and victory, but he enjoys it so much.
The air, for you anyway, is permeated with that smell. No one else smells that, just
Thank
you.
goodness.
Oh, do I know where it's coming from?
You can roll to perception to see if you can.
Okay, I would love to. Oh my gosh. Oh snap, that'll be a 21.
It's coming from everywhere. Like it's coming from the grass. It's coming from some trees that weren't there before. Yeah, now they're just a grove of trees just kind of popped up to your left.
Oh my
The
gosh.
trees are emitting this smell. Some flowers are growing around your feet. You bend down, you smell the flowers. They smell like this worked up sweat, this musk.
Oh goodness. I mean, Lou goes like straight down, hands and knees, and like just breathes it in, eyes closed. He's just like, oh. Oh my gosh. We have to get to a ring. We have to find battle. Please. Please, my friends.
Raven, you're a little distracted because you are overwhelmed by sight. Just for about a minute, there's this explosion of ever-changing colors. And for you, Winona, just various sounds are just bursting in your ears. This droning, melodic tune. It's staccato. There's this ceaseless rhythm. It's like there's a permanent drummer hiding in each corner of your brain. And Erika, Lady Moth, your character, Lady Moth, is entranced by these fireflies that turn into glowing moths. These mushrooms that are popping up. You're smelling these sweet smells, candy. And it takes a hot minute for all of this to die down for all of you. And this is when it hits you that you're not in Waterdeep anymore.
At least the smell is nice.
That was a lot more color than I like. Can everything just go like a little gray, a little chill? I'm just feeling there was a lot going on, and I don't know if I like this new place.
You know, I'm an empath, and I can sense that you're not feeling well right now.
Well,
Thank-
Raven, this kind of this 5-foot circle around you has dulled, and a little gray cloud kind of appears over your head.
Raven like takes this sigh, like sure she's down where she thinks she is. That's not that weird. It's just like, okay, better.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
I got this melodic beat going on in my ears. It's awesome. I could stay here forever.
That might be an option.
Here.
This is nice.
I mean,
There's
it feels good. It feels nice, but I still thirst for conquest and battle.
right as you say that, there's a rumbling, and you get excited because you think, oh, there's an army of goblins coming. But instead, a bit in the distance, you see this giant wall pop straight up in between some houses that you now notice. So some nice countryside type houses. This huge 300-foot wall just pops up.
Dang.
I thought the rumbling was because I didn't eat breakfast.
Erika, you keep cutting out. I'm not getting like the first couple of words of your sentences.
Does that work better?
Yes.
I realized I did. My fancy microphone's not set up because it keeps falling. I got a new desk and the thing is too small. Anywho, I thought the rumbling was because I'd forgotten breakfast. Anyways.
Are we trapped here?
Not a bad place to be, though.
Disagree. Look, there's a giant wall. Now we're trapped. You keep telling me there's a future, not to despair, and here we are, trapped with a giant wall.
Another
There's
word.
also a giant mushroom house that's right by you.
I make a beeline for the mushroom house.
Oh, there goes Winona!
Winona's just like running on over. It's a mushroom house. It's
Who's
so
right
cute.
behind?
Why not? And as
Let's go.
as Lady Moth runs, she's gonna grab Raven's hand. Let's go!
Raven is very much being dragged along, like walking towards, but like
Not happy about it.
Around this mushroom-shaped abode, the area is surrounded by some wild vegetation with blue, green, and purple hues. And the entirety of this mushroom house is covered with grassy texture, except for the doors and windows, which, as the sun hits this mushroom house, there's this kaleidoscope of colors. And do you knock on the door when you get there?
I do. I knock on the door.
Is it rhythmic?
It's going to the beat of the melodic drums in my ears.
Yes.
The door opens, and you see this plus-size chivalrous human with this bald, beautiful head that radiates tiny fractals of color, as if the top was in reality a diamond-shaped crown. Yes, hello. Who are you? You don't seem to be citizens of Yauza.
Huh?
Citizens of where now?
Yauza. You are in
Yauza.
the domain of lots to do. This is the town of Yauza.
before, like, as soon as he says Yowza, Raven's just like, that is the dumbest name I have ever heard. And then realizes she said it out loud, is just like...
No, truly you're not from... Oh, this makes sense. Mr. AD did drop by a little while ago and told me that we might be having some visitors.
Who?
Are we trapped here? What is this place?
What she said.
Well, sit down, travelers. And some mushroom chairs kind of pop up and kind of force you to sit down.
Squishy.
Some little fairies bring this kettle of tea and pour little cups for each of you.
Do you have fairy slaves?
They are not slaves. The fairies.
Are we all
We're not slaves. We only exist in this moment to serve you tea, and then we're gone.
Dope.
I feel like I'm having my first
And they're
existential
gone.
crisis. Whew.
There were less fairies and more like little glowing orbs that were fairy-like.
Nope.
Okay.
Can't go back.
Um,
The fairies.
yes, and so the man, as they're all sat down with your tea, he introduces himself. I am Olus, the lore master of Yauza. You see, you have met Mr. AD. He is the interim
Mister.
keeper of the domain of lots to do. He is, well, the Archfey Eoromem. They seem to have vanished, and Mr. AD told me that he borrowed some of your attention to help him as he looks for Eoromem. And he said you might be all stopping by. Well, you see, Yauza is kind of in a panic, so we all of the citizens greatly appreciate the attention you have given to Mr. AD. As you can see, he points to the giant wall, and then there's some thunder, and there's lightning in the distance. Another rumbling. You see some houses kind of turn into swirls. You see, Yauza is in the state of flux, and we're afraid that the town is being torn up with the absence of the Archfey. And I'm trying to keep everything together, but I
sense you're a little stressed.
It's overwhelming. I'm trying to keep a focused hand to help the town, but I'm supposed to be the leader, but I haven't been able to make a single decision. Am I leader material? Will my help be worth? My head is just full of static, and I'm just oh dear. And he sits down as he starts hyperventilating.
There.
Can one of you make I guess one of you make a check. I just forgot all the different checks.
History, insight.
Read his emotions. Let's figure out what's going on.
I
here
have
with him.
Gaze of Two Minds.
Ooh, okay. What does that do?
Oops, hold on. To touch a willing, it's a user action to touch a willing humanoid and perceive through its senses until the end of the turn. You can use your action, so it's like maintaining a connection with their senses. Somebody might be able to do something different, but...
Oh, no, go for it.
Okay. It's just an action, so she'll just, she's got like these long, just like my shirt, way too long of sleeves, and fluffed them out almost like her name as a moth, so it kind of like looks like wings, and she'll go over and just kind of stand behind him and touch his shoulders and just take a deep breath with me. 1, 2, let it out. Deep. 1, 2, let it out. And try to connect with his mind and kind of soothe him. Anybody want to give some comforting words in this moment?
I guess before anyone else goes, just as you connect with his mind, you feel his doubt, how overwhelmed he is at the state of Yauza. You haven't been here long enough to see as much as he has, as much of the... I mean, Yauza already, as you can kind of feel through him, is already in flux. it's like a wandering mind. Ideas frequently changing, but things have become a bit more destructive and out of hand. And you feel just the imposter syndrome radiating from this man. He needs some help making some decisions. He needs just someone to cheer him up, to cheer him on.
Winona, you're good with words. Shall we strike up a conversation?
I'm good.
I know you don't want to say anything now, before you bring down the mood even more.
Rude.
I almost snorted into the mic with that one. I'm sorry. I mute myself really quick.
Your cloud gets a little bit bigger. Raven, yes.
Raven is unbothered by this.
You know what makes me sad? You know what makes me happy? You know what makes me happy when I get sad? Music. Can I play you something?
I suppose.
Okay. I get out my drums.
Yes.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, you are also a star. How do you feel now?
That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful.
I'm reminded that I need to find someone to sing the Yowza national anthem for the Little League game. Oh, so many decisions.
Whoops.
Those.
When is the
Beautiful.
Little League game?
It's in 3 hours. It's just a distraction for the town, and I can't even decide the snacks, and I can't find someone to sing that.
No, you found someone right here. And I'll point to Winona.
Roll persuasion for me.
Me?
Yes.
Oh,
Actually, first, Winona, roll performance.
Performance? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see, just how much Olus enjoyed your performance.
7.
Okay, so yeah, Matt, Lou, you're gonna need to roll persuasion.
Okay. All right, here we go. That will be a 13.
I think I should keep my options open.
Well, that's
We're going to
kind
count this as a failure. You see, with a lot of these, it's going to be very roleplay heavy. You'll need 3 successes or 4 failures. Currently, you have 1 failure.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Is that nice?
And so the goal here is to convince him, to cheer him up, help him in some way that will make him make a choice and stick to it. You can ask him what other choices he needs to make. And at this point, I think your characters are like, oh, great. I guess he did give us tea. I guess we're kind of...
We're bound by the tea covenant.
I like
Yeah.
tea. The tea was nice.
Plus, I imagine you don't have much else going on, being in a strange new place, and this is the only person who's told you what's going on.
Right.
Boy, that's a setup if I've ever heard one.
Which Raven doesn't seem to care either way.
No.
That's fine.
No, Raven's very much just like sitting back and like maybe something interesting will happen, but she doesn't, everything's awful. This might as well happen.
Well, Mr. Sir, is there anything we can do to help? You can stay here, do your thing, we'll delegate, and we'll help with things and stuff.
No. I need to show the town that I am the leader.
Well, you don't have to tell them. We'll just do it, and you can take the credit.
Wait.
Huh?
Why? Why do you have to show the
Show a
town
strong
that you're
front.
the leader? No, that's not how
Why
any
not?
of this works. No. Look,
Why?
you tried your way, it didn't work. Here we go. You don't need to put on a strong front. You're not freaking the like you're a community. You'll figure it out together. You gotta like reach out and stuff because you know what? Like this clearly isn't working. So what are you gonna do instead?
Roll persuasion, I guess?
Or intimidation.
I don't know if I want to give you disadvantage or not.
Well, it doesn't
It's
matter
you.
because I got a 5 to be clear. So
Oh.
We're starting off with
almost
bad
like
rolls.
Raven's completely not optimistic view is not actually effective.
That is failure number 2.
All right, well this is going great, guys.
I might be able to knock them all out.
At that, Raven's just like, all right, I tried. Proceed.
Well, now
He
I'm
goes
gonna
back
try
to
with
the
my
cloud.
my thing.
He weeps.
Oh, no. But no, another song, a happy one, and I'll give him a hug.
Okay, let's try this one. I get out my lute this time.
Yes.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy in your mushroom house. Please let us help you. Please let us help you. Please, God, let us help you out.
Please.
Roll performance.
Can I assist since I'm like
add your proficiency bonus to that too.
20.
oh, thank goodness.
Was this a nat 20?
No, it was 11 plus my
Okay.
my bonus.
Excellent.
Finally.
Yeah, with that he lifts his head. I suppose, yes, would you be available in several hours?
Absolutely. I have nothing going on. Could I bother you for some more of that fairy tea?
Yes. Thank you for helping me make one of these decisions. And a little fairy comes by and pours you some more tea.
Thank you.
That has 1 success.
Hey,
Excellent.
Congrats.
what else do you have to figure out?
Well, there's so much. I
Choose one thing.
should I start evacuating?
Why would you evacuate?
Whether to evacuate.
What?
Why would you evacuate?
As you say that, there's the wall that you saw pop up earlier crumbles down, smashing some houses, and then those houses turn into trees, and then those trees kind of catch on fire and turn to ashes.
Okay, well, I'm thinking you definitely evacuate the houses near the wall. Because that seems like those people probably didn't enjoy that.
I'm not going to make you roll persuasion for that. That's just a very good point.
Can Lou just run out while conversation's going on and help in case those buildings, in case there are people trapped or anything?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Okay.
go for it. I'm going to give you inspiration for that.
Thank you. Lou can't wait. He's just gonna run out and just start like fast motion, moving people out of houses, lifting stuff while everything continues.
Okay, so you
I'm not gonna-
guys figure out something else you need to do. I'm gonna go. Lou's clearly doing his thing. You get used to him. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go evacuate some of the ones that haven't been hit by the death rocks, but we're not gonna evacuate the whole city because death rock people need somewhere to go.
I'm so proud of you for taking
Success
initiative and
number
doing
2.
something.
Great,
So
perfect.
proud of
Okay,
you.
so
High five.
Raven gives you
Yes.
the dirtiest look at the high five. Like, don't ruin this. Don't ruin this.
I tried.
And then leaves to go.
Yes. Olus perks up like, yes, I must take action. Come, and he kind of floats over. How many of you are familiar with Cowboy Bebop?
Yes.
I imagine he's like the creepy floating clown,
Oh no.
Pierrot, who's just large and just floats around. He's like light as air, except he's not creepy and trying to kill Spike Spiegel.
Makes sense.
So yeah, I just seem like he's just like light as a feather as he hops towards everything. Luckily, there don't seem to be any people from the houses, or at least when you get the houses, you see like these panic rooms that kind of dissolve, and you see various you see some tabaxi and some halflings, various other humanoids kind of like dust themselves off, like it just happened. And you see another wall a little ways back just pop up, and the people like
Raven's gonna flag one of the people down, or try to.
yes, you flag down a halfling.
Hey, little
Boy.
man, does that happen often?
The feck it does. Oi, sister,
like-
this does not happen. Why, I mean, in lots happens. Yowza, but usually things don't get destroyed.
So like the wall that keeps doing the wall thing.
Oi, no, the wall is the ghost.
The ghost. I like ghosts.
Ghost writer.
Tell me about this ghost. This finally something in this city that sounds fun. Tell me more.
Oi, he's a writer. And he's having writer's block, is what he calls it. Normally it just makes some blocks around him, but now it's a giant wall.
Angsty writers. I know how to. Okay, can you point me in Angsty McGee's direction?
Yeah, oi, yeah, he's over there.
Okay.
He just points to the wall.
Thanks. You get your people out of here, because mortality may be a curse, but it doesn't have to be a curse today.
As you head towards the wall, first, Olus, he stops you, Lady Moth, and he hands you this medallion. It's this red medallion, and he tells you, I believe this might help you find Mr. AD and find your way back home. There are 5 of these medallions that have been trusted to various citizens.
5 including this one?
They will lead you to Mr. AD and the
You can do it.
Sorry,
Breathe.
sorry. Get it together.
Yes,
They'll
please.
lead you to the domain of the Archfey.
Oh.
Here, take it. I need to help my citizens. And he kind of just shoves the medallion and then goes and then tries to help people as more things just kind of happen. More trees pop up and there are more rain clouds. There's some fire. And the fire's gone and there's some snow. It's just all over the place. Raven, you head over to the wall. I'm assuming everyone else at this point is just kind of following you once citizens have been helped.
Yeah, Raven makes like kind of a half-hearted attempt to round people up, so assuming people are paying like the tiniest bit of attention, I'm assuming the party is with me. Which is admittedly a big assumption when the whole point of this campaign is that no one's paying attention to anything, but...
That's fair. You see... So you come upon the wall, and there's this, you see this poor ghost wrapped in a sheet, his shiny bald head glinting, got this hook nose, and he's just staring forlornly up at this wall. And as you get up close to this wall, you notice that part of it seems very malleable, like a jelly, while other parts look like they're made of steel. And at the very top of this wall, you see kind of like a video game icon swirling at the top. It looks like a book.
It's our inventory.
And this ghost just shivers, looks at the wall, and oh, forsooth, yon wall is so steep. This writer's block, there's too much to do to write this book.
Wow. I thought I was dramatic.
Glares at you. It is not drama. It is the written word, which is supposed to be drama.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I shush you. Shush unless you can help me.
Well, do you
Made this wall is of my own doing. I can climb it. I know I can.
Well, if you made it, can you unmake it?
Alas, I do not know.
You don't.
I can unmake a wall. Punching the wall.
Oh yeah, roll athletics for me.
All right. That's something I love rolling. Okay, that will be a 13.
With a 13, you punch into a soft part of the wall, and it absorbs your hand.
Am I stuck in there?
Yeah, you're stuck in there. You can pull yourself out.
Oh,
That would have been.
oh, that I didn't like how that felt. Never mind.
Brute strength cannot accomplish this. Now I just need to focus. Maybe listen to some music or time limits. Time limits help me to work.
Your deadline is in 1 hour.
I just need to. I can
Great.
finish the book. I can finish it.
You have 1
Great,
hour.
okay. Yeah, you
Panic
got
work?
an hour before I get bored, and
Burn the book.
Oh, I was definitely gonna just introduce you to the god of despair that follows me everywhere.
Oh,
Ah!
that's even worse.
The cloud covers like this 20-foot area now. There's thunder and lightning, and the way you're talking to Atticus is frightening. By the way, this ghost's name is Atticus. He has
Raven immediately forgets that.
I am Atticus. Okay. You terrify me, ma'am. Roll intimidation for me.
I feel like I'm not intimidating, technically, but
Oh, you're intimidating, Atticus.
Sadness and
oh
depression
yeah,
is
no, it's just
intimidating.
from a role perspective. Wow, D&D Beyond, not my friend today. I got a 4.
Ooh.
That
I'm
sucks
gonna
because this is real.
let you. Ooh.
Come on,
Yeah.
that was good role play, Mika. I feel like I should take advantage on that.
I'm gonna give you advantage on that.
Thank you.
Also, we have
Down
lots
one
to
now.
do, so.
Great, 15.
Yeah, with the 15. You see the wall shrinks from like 300 feet to like 150 feet. And Atticus looks up, nods, and he stands up. He saw the sheet wrapped around him, like, oh, yes, an hour. I feel my creative juices flowing, okay?
Great.
I can reach it.
Great, put on some evanescence and I'll be back in an hour if the wall's still here, and, well, you'll get to worship with me. And you won't like that.
No, you cannot leave. You're helping
Even
me.
better.
You're being of assistance. I need more. Help me get my ghostly dopamine flowing.
Hey, apple juice? What's your name again?
Atticus.
Applesauce. Listen to me right now.
That's better.
Have you tried flirting with the wall? Sometimes when things get really tough for me, I look at the inanimate object in front of me and I flirt with it. And it works. Have you tried?
I have not. He goes to the wall. Forsooth, fair wall. Wouldst thou likest some hot chocolate? You're a very intriguing wall. I suppose I could write about you. You'd make a great addition to the story I'm thinking of. Several short stories that take place here in the Feywild. Actually, yes, this would be great for the... Yes, you can be the main obstacle. The ideas! And the wall shrinks down even more. Now it's just like 50 feet high. And you can see these emerald handholds start to appear going up the wall.
Yes,
this
character?
flirting.
Brilliant.
Someone else come up with an idea. I'm maxed out.
I'm so close. The ideas are in my head. I just need a little more push.
Push! You can push! You can push you can push. Just shove him a little.
45 minutes.
Push, oh god. Oh.
5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. Can I, okay. Is Atticus corporeal enough that I could, like, boost?
Yes.
Okay, because what I would love to do is, like, I mean, right now, we've laid the groundwork here, but it's like, sometimes you need a little bit of support. Sometimes you need a helping hand. Someone who's there every step of the way. And since they're handholds, I'd like to maneuver Atticus so he's right above Lou, and Lou is gonna climb right behind him and just keep saying like the things he says when he's training. He's like, "You can do it! Go! Sweat! Tears! Blood!"
This wall is shining. It is shrinking with every handhold. The wall, he gets like, it's like he's going twice as far as he actually is. As the wall shrinks and he goes up. And in no time, as you are cheering him on, as you're pumping him up, he gets to this book icon and he swipes it. And he levels up. And he says, "Aha! It's only a page, but it is a start. Yes, thank you, my dear friends. Thank you. I shall write about all of thee in this new collection of books. A collection of shorts. Yes, stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled. It will be in bookstores all over the Feywild."
Hard pass, but nice to meet you.
And you see a yellow medallion. As the wall crumbles the rest of the way, there is this yellow medallion just in the rubble.
Everyone else seeing this?
Yeah, what's happening?
Erika!
Sorry, there's ads running like every couple of minutes, so I'm trying to fix it.
Alright, no worries. You're the
catch
only
me up.
character that knows about the medallion, so I'm like...
I have something shiny! And she pulls out this medallion. It's shiny and red. Look, it matches my outfit.
Oh, look, we got another one.
What happened? What'd you guys do?
No.
I was having a
Don't
lovely
worry about
conversation
it.
with a flower. He was having a hard time growing, so I helped.
Do you think... Should we take the other...
Oh, yeah.
other thing
Oh,
we
the
found?
guy, the man, the person, being told me that it would help us get to Mr. HD and possibly get us home, and it would make everything better. So we need to... He said there's 5, so we found 2, so we need 3 more.
Alright, that sounds real cheerful, so I'm gonna ask someone else to pick it up, because that's kind of gonna mess with the whole aesthetic.
I'll take it. I'm collecting them now. And she's gonna go and pick it up. Does it do anything? Does it hurt me?
Excellent.
Okay, cool.
No, it doesn't hurt you. You have 2 medallions.
I have 2. That was not a great place for my hands.
See, Atticus,
Greedy! Do you want one, Rona? You want one?
No.
You can have the next one. I refuse to pick it up. And she puts it in her pocket.
So
you were so close to being cool.
as Atticus is writing in a notebook, he looks up and says, "Ah, yes, my dear friends, since you have helped me, you might be able to help out my friend, the poet. He too is having some sort of writer's block."
Sounds angsty, I'm in.
Yes, he's 3 blocks that away. You shan't miss him. His writer's block is a giant piece of paper. Ooh, that would make another great villain. He jots this down.
I'm sprinting. As soon as he pointed the direction, I start sprinting.
Excellent. I'm assuming everyone's just going along with this. You're all fast traveling together. Yes.
I'm skipping though, not full on running. I don't want to mess up my hair.
You come across this mercurial poet with legs that resemble pure air, floating around some of the trees that have recently just popped up. This pen and paper in hand. He's trying to write, but much like the ghost, he's failing miserably at it. He seems to be ignoring all the creation and destruction that's happening around him. And you see this blank page in his hand is steadily growing as you approach him. In fact, what's everyone's passive perception?
Oh. 12 passive perception for Lou.
All right, Lou.
Yeah.
ADHD. Because Lou used to have an NPC in my Sunday campaign with Steph, and anyway, with your battleness, you see that this paper is about to overcome the poet. Was growing steady when you first saw it, but now it's about to crush the poet.
Oh my gosh. Can I slide in and try to take over and say, "Take a break! Hang on, take a break!"
Yes, roll athletics for me.
All right.
You got this.
That'll be a 16.
You slide into home base and you push this page away from the poet as the poet falls back and oh dear, the page. And you look and you see that the page has grown some stick figure legs and arms and like a little chompy mouth. He goes, "Rawr, rawr. Oh, I fear this has become too much for me. This page is gonna eat me alive." And I need all of you to roll initiative for me, because you're about to fight this giant page.
Okay. That's a 12 from Lady Moth.
Got a 12.
I got a 21.
19.
Wow.
Strange. Lady Moth, what did you roll?
12.
12? Okay. Lou, what did you roll?
19.
19. Sad, only half of your things auto-filled. All right. So, Winona, you... Okay, here's how this is gonna go. So you've got the poet with you. The poet must not fall to 0 hit points. And every successful attack roll against the blank page gives the poet an opportunity to damage the paper himself. Instead of vicious mockery, he'll be doing poetic strikes. And so you will have an opportunity to suggest lines of poetry that he can write on the page. And when he fills up this page, you will have won this encounter. But beware, the page has some tricks of its own.
Now.
So, Winona, it is up to you, first off. You see this little cartoony giant page just going, nah, 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 nah.
You don't scare me. I point at it and I cast Hellish Rebuke.
Ooh.
Ooh, can you
Nice.
cast Hellish Rebuke without being damaged first?
Do I have to be?
Rule of cool, man.
I think Hellish Rebuke is a reaction to being damaged.
Oh, is it? Oh, you're right. Goodness gracious. Okay, I completely glossed over that. Well, if I
You know
can
what?
do that.
I will let you do it. I will say this blank page is causing you some psychic damage because it came out of nowhere and kind of scared you. So take 1 point of psychic damage and
Okay.
cast your Hellish Rebuke.
Thank you. All right. So I'm doing the second level. So
Okay.
3d10.
Right, that's 10 damage. And since it's a giant piece of paper, I'm going to go ahead and say that it is weak to it. Turn that to 20 damage. So in this moment, the poet's hesitant. Do you want to encourage the poet? Give him some words.
You can do it. Remember what I told you before. Because I don't. But I'm sure it was insightful.
I don't think you told me anything.
Exactly. Go with that gut instinct.
Poetic strike! And you see, a rising sun. The sun shines on us. The warmth warms my windy bones. I shall
Nice.
sit.
Mika, what kind
And
of insect was
think.
it?
Yes, that was a haiku off the top of my head. You're welcome.
Yeah.
And
Mika's a
with that,
professional writer.
Damn.
I'm
Hell
going to go
yeah.
ahead and roll a d8 of damage for that.
Mika, what kind
6,
of...
I'm going to double that because the blank page is weak against this poetic strike. Like you see just this pen strike, and the words appear on the page. It takes 12 damage.
Excellent.
But as a reaction, this paper is going to take an action, and it's going to attack you, Winona. It is going to just
Paper cut.
run at you. That's exactly the attack. It's going to paper cut you.
No.
Does a 21 hit?
That hits.
You take 10 psychic damage.
Dang.
And you now suffer a lingering
Yikes.
wound, a paper. At the start of each of your turns, you will take 7 slashing damage. You can heal the wound, or someone can heal it, with a successful DC 16 medicine check.
Okay.
Yes. And with that, the next person's turn is Lou.
All right. So Lou's getting a little angry. Lou might be seeing some red. And of course, Lou is a Path of the Wrathful barbarian. And so in this moment, what I picture is that seeing his friend get hit by this paper, Lou, like his vision, all of it is colored into this crimson tinge, kind of like rose-colored glasses, but angry. And he is going to rage. And whilst raging, because of this special new path, he's going to have a bit of a bonus with his strength mod for his attacks, but he has to attack on his turn, otherwise he will take pain internally. So, whilst raging, I'm going to punch away. Got to get that MMA stuff going on.
Excellent.
So, first off, let's go. Let's go. And, oh, here we go. And, oh no, that is a natural one.
With a natural one, as you try to go MMA on this blank page, it jumps up, wraps its legs around you, flips over into, what is that, pile driver? Just smacks you down.
I need to point out that that's wrestling, not MMA, but I appreciate the attempt.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a
this is gonna
second.
be
ROU
its
redeemed
reaction.
re-roll.
I need you to...
Oh,
What was
wait.
that?
So ROU redeemed re-roll for Matt.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
You also have inspiration, so...
Okay.
Hey, re-roll.
So with that, what I picture is like that pile driver you just described. That's all going through his head as like oh crap. If I mess this up, that's what's gonna happen, and I won't be able to help. So let's
Taking
go.
3 steps ahead.
Okay, so that will be not much better. An 11.
Ooh, an 11 does not hit, unfortunately. So it just
Okay.
kind of like flaps out of the way.
All right. Still seeing red. I do have extra attack being at this level. It's like every time I miss, it's like the red is just burning a little bit deeper. And Lou goes in for that second attempt. 18.
An 18 hits.
Yes. All right. Pile drive me in my mind.
Oh.
Okay, so let's go. Because I did take the nifty Tavern Brawler, I'll get to roll a d4 for my melee punches. And since I am seeing red, that'll be max damage, strength mod doubled, 12 points of damage.
God damn. So 12 points?
Yes, because my seeing red, while I'm raging, I double the strength mod on all my melee attacks.
Nice. Awesome. Since you're within reach, it's going to take a reaction to paper cut you. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, absolutely.
You take 10 points of psychic damage, and you too are wounded.
Okay.
But you got in a good hit.
All right. Great. I mean, this is just the price of battle. And Lou is loving it. He's starting to sweat, and you know how he feels about that.
He loves it. He's getting pumped up. Lady Moth, it is your turn.
Hi. Okay. So, Lady Moth is going to stand there delicately and cast Sacred Flame. She knows it's not going to impress Raven, but feels necessary because a previous comment she made about burning a book, which was not great in hindsight. So,
Oh wait, before that, Lou, do you have any advice for the poet to write on this paper?
ooh,
Yes. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish.
The poet nods. That's beautiful. And he brings out his giant pen, strikes for 6 additional damage on the blank page, and the words appear, and some drawings appear too. Lady Moth, we will now go back to you.
yes. Let's see. Just one second. Okay, so we're gonna cast Sacred Flame to stop it from paper cutting all of us.
Ooh, what does Sacred Flame do?
Sacred Flame. So it does have a range of 60 feet. Hopefully nobody's in the way. A flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 1d8 of radiant damage. The target gains no benefit from cover for the saving throw.
Okay. It has advantage.
That's rude.
I got a 10.
That's okay, I got an 8.
What?
Oh,
No, it goes against your
Oh.
spell save DC.
I've never played a warlock before.
Ooh. Have you played any spellcaster?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. So
Teach
if
me.
you look on, so if you look on the box, if you're on the whatchamacallit.
I'm on
Hold on.
D&D Beyond.
Okay, you're on D&D Beyond. You're looking at your character sheet.
Yes.
Okay. You're looking at your spell selection right now, right?
Yes.
The spell page.
Uh-huh.
So in that square,
Yeah.
if you look at the top of the page, you will see modifier,
Oh.
spell attack, and save DC.
Okay, so I add my roll to my spell attack.
Yes. Well, you roll a d20
Oh, I
and
roll a
then
d20.
add the spell attack. Yeah.
That's not doing it for me.
It should if you click on the right thing, but that's a different problem.
How dare you?
So if you look at
Imply.
the spell, at the center, there will be a plus and then the number, and
You know what?
that's
We're
what you
just going
click to
old
make the roll.
school, and I'm just gonna roll
Okay.
a d20 because I feel embarrassed. So it's 13, 14, 15, 16, 18.
18, yeah, that definitely hits.
Nice.
That's
And you
good.
said that's radiant damage?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, roll for damage.
Okay. Six.
All right. Do you have any words for the poet?
Remind me kind of what's been said. Is it like I'm sorry.
I did a Dr. Seuss rhyme.
Okay, because I didn't want to like overlap with something somebody is saying already. Okay, so as she like throws it at her, she'll say, "Okay, I got a message. Wake me up inside. Call my name and save me from the dark."
I'm gonna
Yes.
go ahead and get that one max damage.
That's so good. I totally. That's.
With his pen, the poet is feeling this as he starts writing this down. Wake me up inside. My name save me from the dark. The paper, though, is going to take an action, and it's going to stomp the ground with its whole body. All of you need to make a dexterity saving throw. You need to beat a 14.
Okay.
Okay. Am I seeing this going down so I can use my sick barbarian danger sense?
Yes.
All right.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a 15.
Got an 11.
I got a clean 20.
A clean 20, as in like a natural 20?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never
Clean
heard
now.
that before. I was like,
No,
So everyone
that's new.
except Winona, you unfortunately take 22 bludgeoning damage and fall prone.
Oh,
Everyone
Oh,
else,
God.
you're fine.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, wait. I have to wait till my turn.
Raven, it's your turn.
okay, how's the paper looking? Like, is it...
It's frayed at the edges. It's like more than half the page is filled with words.
Okay.
You
And
get
just
the feeling that like the words are like a health bar, almost.
okay, I'm just trying to
Or
figure
low on
out
health.
whether or not I need to save Winona instead of attacking, or if I attack, if I can save Winona afterwards. Because despite my dark exterior, I have feelings or whatever.
What?
Um,
The empath
I
knew
know.
that.
I'm an empath. I'm sorry.
I've been trying so hard to make fun of that.
Oh god, it's
As
so
an
good.
empath.
Okay, I'm gonna paper's corrosive, so I'm gonna use my acid breath weapon, and I'm gonna try to corrode this paper.
Nice.
Corrosion.
Excellent.
So it
Oh, I
needs to
need
do a
to-
dexterity saving throw.
Okay. What does it need to beat?
Only a 13, so it's pretty low. I'm used to playing a very intense character in our Sunday campaign at this stage, so I'm like,
Okay, first roll was a 6. Second roll was a 9. It fails.
great, love
Yay.
that for me. And so it takes 15 acid damage.
Dang.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Snap.
What words do you have for the poet?
Bid my blood to run before I come undone. Save me from the nothing I've become.
Oh yeah.
Not me,
Oh yeah.
not me looking up the lyrics to make sure I get this right.
And with that,
Oh.
the poet writes those final lines, and the paper shrinks back down to normal size. The poet walks over, looks up and down, and says, Yes, yes. It definitely needs some editing, but this is a good start. Thank you. Thank you. And he pulls out a blue medallion. I feel like I'm supposed to give this to you. And he hands it over.
Winona gets it.
Raven is just like,
she gets it next.
like kind of keeping her hands real close, like who wants to take it?
Winona's next.
I'll grab it.
She's like laying there
No,
dying.
bro.
So she's
I'm
just like
gonna
pointing
heal.
to her on the ground, like, she gets it.
Oh, wait, crap. And then Raven's gonna run over and I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna heal Winona.
And I'll tack on after you two to kind of get some more heals on her.
You
Right.
do, because you said that we had something with a medicine check, or should we just use healing spells?
You can just use healing spells. Now the
Great.
battle's over.
Okay, if you need it, I'll follow up.
I probably will. I won't use it if you also have healing spells.
I have a d6 plus 4.
Oh dear God! Well, I healed terribly.
For 7?
7 isn't terrible.
You get 7 heal,
Cool. I'll use my healer's
and I'll help you out
kit.
too.
Sorry,
Help you out too. You're no longer pro.
1d6 plus 4. I'm fine. I'm just want to roll my dice. 5, 6, 7, 9. So you get 9 more hit points. Sorry, I almost dropped all my
Excellent.
dice.
So as you look at the shiny new medallion, and as the poet kind of like mumbles and walks away, crossing out parts of the paper, editing, you see Olus kind of waving down like, "Rah, my friends, rah, 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 rah." Just floats over to you, and is breathing heavily and says, I figured I would assist you. Here is the green medallion. The green medallion and the purple medallion. Oh, now you can find Mr. AD. I just request you. I know he stole your attention, but please, if you could assist him. Yowza's just falling apart, and the trees that you're by, you hear a crack, and some of those trees start to fall, and you see kind of a giant arm come out from the trees, and another, and this giant white beast pulls itself up and takes a bite out of one of the trees, and then tosses it over, and Olus like, oh my, call the wizard's name, I'll be back. And he floats on over to this giant creature, twirls and uppercuts it.
Ooh.
Knocking it over. Real quick, before we take a break,
Yes.
as he flies up, he says, call Rad the wizard. You
Rad the wizard.
Fairies appear out of nowhere, blaring trumpets, flags bearing this strange crest start flapping everywhere, and then from the sky comes this wizard in a purple robe doing a sick kickflip on a skateboard. And he lands, he screeches in front of you and says, I am Rad the wizard.
Hi.
How can I help you?
I'm an empath.
And we will pause there for the break.
My.
Oh my gosh. All right, everybody. We're going to go on a quick 15-minute break. So we'll see you back here in just a few minutes for the rest of everything else. So we will see you soon. from our break. We just want to make sure that you all know to wear sunscreen every day. Thank you. Your skin thanks you as well. I'm going to hand it right back over to Mika for us to continue with Skater Boy.
Hello. So you've called upon Rad the Wizard. Now, there's fanfare. A choir of singing sprites serve as the theme music. As Rad the Wizard, this beautiful drow with long flowing hair, drops down from the sky doing a thick-ass kickflip. He lands, screeches in front of you all, and says, "The forces of the unprecedented have deemed it so that I awaken. Through the mighty rumbles and tumbles of strange heroic energies, I am reminded once again that I exist, and that I have a purpose. I was sleeping so soundly, dreaming of a world without borders or crossings, where no ritual or such magical expenditure is necessary for a creature to step over hither or yonder. But even so, my dudes, here we are. Shall we dance?"
I don't
I
dance.
extend my hand out.
As an empath, I sense a connection here.
He was a
Raven
skater
elbows
boy.
you in the ribs.
He was a skater boy. I didn't say see you later, boy. Hi, I'm Winona. Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Rad.
You're rad.
Yes, I am.
No, but literally, you are. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. So the mayor, the lore master called. Yeah. You've got 5 medallions. All right. Got some righteous dudes here. Empath, strong one. You're all lovely adventurers. I can see your attention's been taken, though. All right, I'm here to help. I'm going to lead you to Mr. AD, who I'm just assuming took your attention. It's kind of been his thing, taking attention to... I mean, he's doing it to help. You know, he's trying to make sure lots of you stays together since Lord Eromim has vanished, but... please help him.
Real quick before we help you,
Raven has
Raven,
leaned
did you
over
just
to Lady-
giggle?
What?
What?
Raven, did you giggle? Was that you I heard? That giggled.
No.
You fucking giggled.
No.
You giggled.
I would never giggle. That's crazy.
You're giving
Life
all
is a
sorts.
pit.
I can sense your bullshit from over here, and we're really close to each other. Anyways, what do you need?
I'm loving the camaraderie.
Thank you.
Nope.
We love each other very deeply.
Lady
can
Moss,
sense
can I
it.
talk to you? Can I talk to
No.
you for a second?
You absolutely cannot.
It's okay, I can wait. I mean, lots of you can't wait, but I can wait.
No.
Why don't we just let's go find this guy? Whatever. I hate Mothman now. Fine, whatever.
Mothman! Huge fan of cryptids. Speaking of Kickstarter from earlier, I funded a Kickstarter to get a varsity jacket with Mothman on the back.
Ooh, sick.
Money well spent.
Yeah. Someone needs to take Kickstarter away from me.
I like moths.
Mika, you have a problem.
Yeah, I do. Anyway,
Erika,
so Rad...
Erika, I don't know a single straight girl with a moth tattoo. That's all I'm saying.
This is from The Last of Us Part 2. This is Ellie's moth tattoo invites. Thank you very much.
So Rad gathers you together. It says, "All right, I am going to help you get to the estate of Lord Eromim. You should be well aware what this Fae crossing means. You might not ever make it back home, wherever your home is, and you might even be sucked into the infinitely righteous, chaotic shenanigans within the estate of Lord Eromim. Even with your willing or unwilling help, for I know he has a little something that belongs to you, Mr. AD is far outmatched and cannot prevent the crumbling estate from passing into a, shall we say, different state of being. So please, as you go to get your attention, please help prevent lots to do from crumbling, my dudes.
Well,
Righteous, righteous. All right, now, hold up the medallions.
Hold on,
No,
I
there are
have
only
2
4
of
of you.
them.
There are 5 medallions here.
I have 2.
I'll take a medallion.
No,
Oh, right.
no.
No, you'll take 2. Okay.
Don't we need 5? Do we have 5? I thought we only have 4.
Yeah.
We have 5?
Yeah.
yeah, but we need one each in order to travel.
Who doesn't have one? I have 2.
All right, that
Right.
works.
Okay.
Who needs one? Do you want red or do you want blue?
Oh my god.
Blue matches your mood, red matches me.
Great. Blue.
You can have the blue, sad girl.
Can I see that skateboard?
Yeah. Yeah, and see the skateboard. All right,
It's
Great.
kind of cool.
tubular. All right, let's, you see little red and blue orbs floating around, all of you. I'm starting the ritual. I need you to hold up the medallions. So, are you all holding the medallions? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, you're holding up 2. You're, okay. All right, righteous. Here we go. All right, let me get these righteous vibes. Now, who has the red medallion?
Which one?
Mothman has the red medallion.
I'm Moth Girl. They? She, they?
All right,
Not man.
Mothman,
be.
I need you to describe a
change.
moment of excitement and a moment of frustration in your life.
Excitement. Oh, whenever Winona sings, that's very exciting. Sad. I'm not very sad very often, but it did hurt when Ravens elbowed me in the chest.
All right,
That hurt.
things will be well. Next, the yellow medallion. Are you all colorblind? I need to know this.
I think that one might have been handed off to Raven.
No, Raven has the blue one because it matches
Oh.
her mood.
Oh, okay.
I think this is the
but
yellow
but
one.
that- All right, righteous. Describe a moment where you felt oddly calm, as if things were lighter than ever.
Well, Rad, may I call you Rad?
Yes, I insist.
It's when I met you. I felt that the stars had aligned. The beating of the drums in my ears ceased to exist, and I felt at peace.
I sense
Audacious.
emotion here.
Tubular.
It was
Next, who
really
has the
sweet.
blue medallion?
We're gonna cry.
Raven shoots Winona the dirtiest look that has ever been given. And then it's like, I do. Whatever.
Oh, it's actually perfect. You have the blue one. So, Rad, Sparkles, describe a moment where you felt gloomy or anxious for known or unknown reasons.
In the end, isn't that just my default state as we go through this world, not knowing our purpose or when our end will come?
Yeah, perfect. Green, who
Yeah.
has green?
I think I have green.
All right, my man,
Yeah.
think of spring and describe what you see.
All right. When I think of spring, I think of the sun. I think of snow melting. I think of being able to get outside again and fight people in the dirt as we wrestle together and get sweaty and we throw each other around. And I
My
think
man.
of victory.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right in here.
I feel
Yeah,
like I should have been a bit
I'm gonna
more
try to kickflip
open.
and split the board in half.
It's all right, my
Sorry.
dude. He, Rad reaches down, casts mending, fixes the board, holds it up, holds it close to his chest. All is well, my man. The Rad abides.
The rad abides.
Finally, Mothman, Miss Mothman, the purple medallion. Think of a time when you felt confident and proud to be who you are.
Mothman? Who's a Mothman? I'm a moth. Me?
Yes,
What did you say?
it's okay. It's the hyperactivity of Yowza gets us all from time to time. When did you feel confident or proud to be who you are as a Mothman?
I'd have to check my diary because I've wrote all my feelings down there, but I don't have it with me. It's back at home. Probably when I was 312, I successfully communicated with a river who was feeling sick. And I was able to understand the flow and the feeling, and it was able to tell me why it was feeling sick. So I took the trash out, cleaned it out, and now the river rose slowly, and I check on it once a year to make sure everything's okay. It's been 200 years since, and everything is still good.
Skateboard turns into a surfboard, to a paddleboard.
Ooh. That looks scary.
Righteous.
Yes.
Tubular.
I am righteous.
Righteous. All of the medallions begin to glow faintly, and you hold them up, and the lights ricochet between the orbs. You become attuned to the medallions. Rad's hands pulse with enormous amounts of magical energy. The kickboard turns into another ball of magic. The medallions begin to float. There's an iridescent glow of the floating orbs as they shine most intensely, and an archway of pulsing lights is formed. There's the sound of objects moving about, and some familiar voice shouting, and a strange puffing smoke rises and crosses over to where Rad and the character all of you are, takes over the entire area as if a huge wave of dust has torn through the portal to engulf the characters. You are the characters. After the smoke clears, and with a background of sheer zaniness, and the fabric of the universe tearing itself apart here and there and everywhere, Mr. AD tips his free-flowing beard and says, "Oh, my friends, you have arrived just in time. It is all blowing up as we speak, but we'll get by."
Huh?
You are at the mansion where the Archfey Lord Fo Iromim dwelled in. And much like the rest of the Fey domain of Lots to Do, it's a place where things are constantly misplaced, rearranged, reimagined, or just downright left to their own magically unregulated existence. You can tell this place was once a paradise. But now things just have this nasty, dark aura of overthinking. You see tears in the fabric. You see this white liminal space, this limbo that's trying to encroach upon this area. Nevertheless, a lot of the grandeur of this mansion still exists. The delights are still there. They're still alive, along with the scary things. Things are just kind of wild. The grass is lush and tender, but the ground is also shifting. You were by some statues, but now those statues seem far away. Mr. 80 suddenly seems closer. Some of the trees look like they have faces with fancy handlebar mustaches. Some of the statues look like they're furry. The weather, it's just a ruckus. Sometimes the weather's fresh, like a summer's day walk. Other times it's just the chaos of cold and bitter, and the smells and the sounds. The smells are of childhood summer. The sounds are of zany melodies of delight, restlessness, and oncoming fears of much too much. This area is imploding. The whole of Lots to Do is just this smorgasbord of colorful vegetation, living odors, detached rooms floating in the sky in a myriad of rainbows peering from the ether as the entirety of the building implodes in flashes of stars and oddly familiar melodies. Mr. AD grabs your attention once more. I'm sorry if you've come this far and it's not the most pleasant sight, ladies, gents, and all-around wonderful people. I meant no harm by politely asking for your attentions, and though it has helped, I must say, I believe it's not enough. But who can know for sure? Maybe I'm just not trying hard enough. Am I right, folks? A flash of thunder echoes through the estate as a clock tower with a big, round, witchy hat on top of its tip finishes detaching from the big manor, and its big, round clock face winks at all of you, and Mr. 80 says, "Oh my, it's time to go." My friends, I'm afraid, well, if I may have the honor of calling you my friends, I'm afraid we have just run out of time. His hands are shaking nervously. He's inhaling a big puff from his pipe. He's blowing out the smoke, and it's taking the shape of animals, and it also seems to be restoring some of your attention. He scratches his beard again. His beard scratches its own beard.
Why is it too late? What's happening?
And he holds up this ledger. Oh, my dear friends, would you be willing to help this old fawn rapscallion achieve a few of these to-dos?
I'm just saying, you could have asked in the first place instead of passive-aggressively stealing our attention and making it so much harder for us to get here to help you in the first place.
It's incredibly difficult to ask for assistance, you must understand.
Of course I understand. My whole personality is based on not being able to express an emotion properly.
That's why I'm here. I
Come
try
on,
to help.
dude. There's other people in the mix here.
I express too many emotions.
Well, no, you don't. You don't express too many. You don't express emotions. You just sit there and tell everyone about how great you are at emotions.
I
sorry.
express your own
I'm
emotions
sorry.
to
I
you.
shouldn't
You
have
gave
said
an
that.
emotion.
That
Instead of
was too
sadness,
much.
this was more anger. You should go to therapy.
You should go to. I'm not gonna.
I am
I'm good.
therapy.
I'm good. I'm chilling.
I'll go to therapy.
Yeah.
Are you saying you're the disembodied concept of therapy?
Sure, why not?
Oh my god. Oh my
I
god.
express emotions as if it's not my emotions, but I express everyone else's emotions to them so they can
You
understand.
never express your own freaking emotions because you're too busy just saying you're mirroring everybody else's emotions and never actually dealing with your own stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Good job.
Holy crap. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take a walk. I'm gonna take a walk, and Raven just like takes a walk. To be clear, just like around so that she's on the other end of the group, so that she doesn't snap at Lady Moth anymore.
That lovely walk.
Thank you for the criticism. I shall take it to heart. And if we make it through this without all imploding, I shall do better. Thank you, my friend.
The percentage that this implosion might happen?
Well, his beard lifts up and turns into this ledger. There are, let's see, of the 8 things to cross off from all the things I did and are left to do here and lots to do, if you'd be so kind with helping with just 3 of these things, I think it may be possible to reverse all these implosions of whimsy that are tearing apart my lord's legacy.
All right, what do we
Let's
got?
see. We have... Here, let me... Let's see, there's... the storage room's clutter. The living statues are escaping. The library is fading. There's the Stardust shelter being eaten by the void. There's the bed chamber. Oh, the bed chamber. The roof is coming apart. Limbo is crashing into us.
Okay. What is
Why?
causing you the most despair?
All of it.
Choose a thing. What would be the biggest deal?
All right. And for this, I'm going to roll a d8. See, the top three. Oh, there's the Stardust shelter,
All right.
the bed chamber,
My kind of party.
I agree.
and the roof. If you could take care of those three things.
Bedchamber first.
Okay.
Great.
Great.
That sounds the
Perfect.
most exciting.
All right, thank you. I must warn you, though, now that you have agreed, a swarm of sprites fly down from the dizzyingly colorful sky and disperse around the estate. Their bodies are tattooed from feet to eyes with runes that power their speed and full-on hyperactivity. And some of the sprites embrace the chaos happening at the estate.
Mood.
They're sprinkling fairy dust that slowly tears the foundation of whatever is holding the manor together. These fellas have been around for a while. Chaotic little beauties messing up with my efforts to keep things under control.
Where do they come from?
I'm not quite sure. It's as if they just knew this was happening and showed up.
Empaths.
And then he points to a small childlike shadow with luminous red eyes and long hair who's flying around.
Oh,
That
I hate
is the Chaos Wraith. Yes, just beware of them, please.
Whoa. Hate that tremendously. To the bedroom?
Say less.
Yes, let's start there.
All right, I shall take you there myself. Hop and a skedaddle later.
Is Rad
Which
still
is-
with us?
He is not.
Ah, man.
Yeah, he left you his skateboard though.
The skateboard really ties the room together.
Can I hand that skateboard over to Winona? I think she deserves to have it.
Oh, poor Raven.
Oh.
Nah, Raven was done with Rad the moment he showed more interest in Winona. This is classic middle school bullshit right here.
All right. Upon entering this large 30-foot tall and 60-foot wide chamber, Mr. AD mentions how it used to belong to Lord Iromim, the Archfey, but now it's become wholly unmanageable. You are immediately greeted by a large, king-sized bed with a big mouth in the center of its cushiony body, screaming with a grave but trembling bedridden voice, "I will not be made!" And it spits out sheets and pillows around the room. Mr. AD says, "Oh, and that's not the only thing here to deal with. There's a reason I haven't approached this yet."
There's so much
as soon as
room
Mr.
for activities.
We can make bunk beds.
As soon as Mr. AD utters these words, a darkly translucent ghost with a multicolored, iridescent bedsheet over it, he begins to hover around the room, daring all of you to take the sheet he has. That's Bwahaha. He will not give the sheet back to make the bed. Well, good luck. I must handle other things. And Mr. AD is gone. Yeah, you'll never take the sheet from me.
Okay, who has
Wahaha
worse
toss.
impulse control? Because I feel like one of us is gonna just go grab the sheet.
So
I definitely try to like spring towards said ghost and I'll slam against the wall or something.
roll unarmed attack.
Oh, unarmed attack is my thing. Let's go. Oh, maybe not. All right, that's a 9.
You
Good
like he
effort.
jumps up and you go like between his legs and hit the wall face first.
Oh.
So what you must do, God, there's a few different things you can try. You can try and convince Bwahaha to give the sheet back. You can try and grapple the bed. So it's not like a temper tantrum. You need to get it to be still.
Someone grapple that bed.
You can try to convince the bed to. You need to get the bed made.
Can I try to command Bwahaha to gimme?
Okay, how are you going to do this?
I'm gonna use the spell command, and I'm gonna command him to gimme. And so
All
he needs to
right,
succeed on a wisdom saving throw. I don't know if you have a stat block for this guy, but I hope you do.
I do. I just have to scroll down. Oh, right now. Go me. A wisdom saving throw, you say?
Yep.
13.
Nope. Needed to beat a 14.
Oh.
All right.
Ew,
So
you-
that's hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, he's got nothing to he's got no advantage, so shit. All right. He stops. Yeah, okay.
That was easy.
He rips off the sheet and underneath is just this very skinny, tall man with delicate features. He tosses you the sheet and then flies off.
Or he flies off, Raven's gonna be like, no, why were you hiding? There's no need to do that.
Oh, Raven's bringing out the flirt.
I understand
Using
why
that-
he wanted the sheet now. He's naked.
No, shut up.
He's naked! He was trying to cover himself. It makes sense.
He trying to. Not everyone has to be as depressed as the rest of us. I'm just saying, he had nothing to hide. Doing fine. I
Yeah.
appreciate it, and I'm sorry I had to order you to do so, but we are in a bedroom, so you know.
Did Raven just apologize?
Feed me, Seymour. Is basically what the bed's saying right now.
Great.
I will not be made.
I'm gonna toss the sheet to Winona and be like, good luck. Beds are more your area of expertise.
The bed spits out a pillow at you, Raven. And it completely misses you.
Hiya, bed. How you doing? I got this nice little sheet for you. Would you like to not give me any
No.
trouble?
Nah, you will not make me. Also does not hit you. It fires off a warning pillow. Blah.
Can I cast Charm Person on the bed?
Oh.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I cast it, and you need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, let me find the bed stat block. Bed. I'm sorry, I made the mistake of not bookmarking these. Oh my gosh. Here we go. What's the saving throw?
14.
It's a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Yes.
Roll 13.
Okay, it's got +3.
Oh no.
That's a 22.
Oh.
Oh.
You shall not convince me. Run. shoots another pillow at you. With a nat 20, it shoots 3 pillows at you. It expels from its maw a huge blanket that wraps itself around you.
How cozy.
You are grappled by the blanket.
No.
You are restrained and blinded, and you will take 10 radiant damage.
Oh my gosh.
We just healed
This
you.
is very cozy.
Raven's gonna look over. Crap. Matt, what's your character's name?
Lou.
Lou. I kept wanting to say Lao, and I'm like, that's Mulan. That's not correct. Lou. Look over at Lou and be like, I feel like grappling, bed. I just feel like that would be, really sweaty, really like beat that bed into a pulp. Seems like your area,
You're right. But in this case, it's like Lou is kind of like going back and forth between grappling the bed and grappling the blanket off of Winona.
Well, we're gonna take care of Winona. You need to get the bed, because otherwise we're all gonna be weird burrito situations.
I'll work on
I'll
Winona,
try.
you do this. Come on, Raven, let's fix this.
Okay. Can I try to grapple bed?
Yes, grapple the bed.
Sick.
So it'll be contested strength rolls.
Okay, I am going to use my inspiration, and I'll roll 2, and we'll see.
All right.
All right. This is my thing. I have a 29.
It rolled a 14.
I think you did all right.
How do you grapple this bed?
All right. So once I'm focused, I'm gonna channel, and I think like MMA background, but Lou did as a child really look up to the more theatrical wrestling, and that's why that pile driver came to his head. And so initially he's like thinking, and then he starts showboating a little bit, maybe yelling out a little promo of like, hey, look, I'm the heavyweight champion of the world. You're gonna have to go through me if you don't want to be made. And so then, like, initially saying that, get the bed off balance. And then I'm first gonna like dash forward, but it's more of a feint. And I imagine the bed just kind of like reacts to that and tries to sprawl out. But that is when Lou will unleash his signature move, where he will backflip over, grab onto the back of said bed, and twist around, pinning said bed down to the ground.
Wow.
Righteous. Okay, this is a great opportunity to try and make this bed.
Right.
So is Winona still grappled by the blanket while Lou has grappled the bed? Like how much control does the bed have over the blanket? Are they independent?
They're independent, yeah.
All right. Okay. So while this is happening, I think that I'm gonna try to convince Lady Moth to try to like get the blanket situation resolved.
Blanket?
Basically, like us together, 2 against 1 situation.
You want to work with me?
Unfortunately.
This is wonderful.
I'm
Okay.
so happy for y'all.
This is character development, everyone.
I love it. All right.
Right. What do we do, Mika?
So the bed is still kind of fighting. I think you need like one more person to grapple it.
Oh, so we can't go. I keep wanting to say tag team, and that's just a very different connotation in a bedroom situation.
Like you can, like it's still, you can still do a sleight of hand check with the 2 of you to try and make the bed.
But don't we need the sheet, which is
harder.
currently wrapped up among the blanket that is attacking Winona?
I think the sheet was tossed to you
Oh, okay.
because you're the one who intimidated Bwahaha.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Let's try to make this bed. Sleight of hand, or should one of us try to wrestle it? What's the dealio?
That's up to you.
I got a 13.
Okay, what do you
If you
want
try
to
to
do?
do sleight of hand, the DC will be higher.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn to Lady Moth and go, okay, look, what, someone else needs to jump in there. Do you want me to jump in there? Are you gonna jump in there? What's going on?
You can jump.
Okay, I'm gonna toss the sheet now to Lady Moth
And I'll
and go,
catch it.
make the damn bed. And then I'm gonna jump in and try to also grapple this bed so that she could do it.
Awesome. Roll strength.
I'm sure this is gonna go great with my +1. Oh my gosh, it even did! I got a 19!
Yes.
Yay!
All right, the bed got an 18. So, describe how you just kind of barely managed to get this bed down.
So I probably wouldn't have gotten it except for the fact that Lou already has this bed pretty subdued. And so basically because Lou is not that large and can't take over the other bed, I basically dive towards the one remaining like corner that isn't subdued. And I dive and I grab it, I just like pull it down with all of my might, which is not a lot. And so I'm just like standing there and I am looking all dramatic with all these flowing black robes everywhere, but I'm holding the bed down and I'm going, do it, do it, do it.
That's what she said.
Yeah, roll Erika.
Yeah.
Mothman, roll sleight of hand.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. No, I did it already. I had
Erika, we can't hear you.
What? Can't hear me?
There we go.
Aw, you didn't hear my That's What She Said
Nope,
joke.
can't hear you.
You keep we can't hear you when you first start talking and then you come in. It's really weird.
Weird. Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Yes, perfect.
I won't move then. You guys didn't hear my That's What She Said joke and I'm upset.
Oh no.
My sleight of hand was 13.
Yeah, you make that bed.
Yeah.
Describe how you make this bed.
It's like the most elegant way to make a bed. Like Raven's being like all aggressive and like, ah! And Moth is over there just like, la la la. Like just gracefully just putting it together as if it's no problem at all. This is going very well, don't you think? We did it. Good job.
As you finish making the bed, it relaxes and falls asleep. Doing the type of deal.
The classic.
Like a sleeping cat comes out of nowhere and it's on the bed as it snores.
Aw.
Yeah.
Is Winona still being attacked by a blanket? Should we
Yeah,
deal
she's
with
still
that?
wrapped up.
Can I have a little help, please?
Yeah. I was gonna ask about that.
You unravel her.
Great.
Each of you gains inspiration. Now, in the manner of Lord Foe Yeramim, you inspiration stacks, and if you can exchange 3 inspiration for an auto crit.
Whoa.
Yes. So Mr. AD pops up in his little poofy poof and says, "Ah, my dear friends, thank you. Now I must take you to the roof." Before you can say anything, you're on the roof. This is the uppermost area of the mansion, where the main roof, is holding. That's holding everything together. It's tearing itself apart from the structure itself, as if it was a tent being tossed by a powerful wind upwards and away. Mr. AD says, "Oh, Lord Yeramim, Talk about holding the fort, eh? And he grabs a piece of structure that's about to fly off with a portion of the rooftop and doing his very best to stick it back into place by whispering incantations to it. Unbeknownst to many immortal folk, things have lives in them. Spiritual energy that responds to care and kind. Houses, too. Help me hold on to this beautiful tumbling roof, and I'll take care of the rest. Now, to keep the roof from flying off due to the immense forces trying to tear at it, you need to succeed on 3 rounds of athletics group checks. Before accruing 4 failures. However, some of these little chaos sprite fuckers show up and start flying around. They're like those little flying monkeys, like and it's not great. Sorry, let me find their stat block real quick.
And it's not great.
Hate that.
Nope. Here we go, chaos sprites. So you see that one of them sprinkles some little chaos dust as it flies by, and chunks of the roof just start flying off. Now's your chance to try and help grab some of those chunks of the roof. What y'all do?
Yeah.
Let's go. We gotta help. We gotta help.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Lou's gonna be rocking the athletics, but
So, okay, I need all of you to describe what your characters do, and then roll athletics.
okay.
Ma's gonna use like her little wing looking things to try and float up to grab whatever she can. Athletics.
Hey, Raven.
So Raven is going to try to just like jump on one as it's lifting up, because she's not that athletic, so just kind of as something is lifting up, she is jumping down to trap it underneath her because she's decently large.
I also got a natural 20. So I feel really cool right now.
In that case, okay, so that's going to count as 2 of... So just one more of you needs to make a success. So Raven, roll athletics.
I got a 15.
15. All right, so you pass that first test. So as you grab the pieces, you toss them over to Mr. AD, and Mr. AD just whispers to the chunks of the roof. He hunches up and says, the important thing is that we're doing what we can. Be proud of your efforts. And the chunks of the roof start sticking. So now it's time to do this again. All of you, let's see.
What do you want from
Sprite
us?
comes over. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I said, what do you want from us?
I want you all to roll athletics with disadvantage. Because one of these tattooed little chaos sprites comes over, starts sprinkling more dust, more clouds keep popping up. And one of these just some of these guys just get in your faces. Raven, one of them just like latches onto your face.
Can I huck? I was gonna already ask if I could huck something at one of these little fuckers. Now
Yeah.
can I huck the little fucker that's on my face at one of the other ones?
Yeah, go for it. Do a ranged attack.
No, like I don't know what to roll for that, but let's do that.
Unarmed strike, I guess.
Great. So,
Also-
Spell attack, ranged spell attack works.
I'm really upset that you did disadvantage because I rolled another nat 20. So I'm just gonna.
Okay, no,
just
with
gonna
a nat
cry.
20, we're gonna keep that nat 20.
Aw.
You know what?
Well,
I feel like nat
yay.
20 is supersede
Thanks.
disadvantage.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna do that.
Well, I got a 15, and if it's my spell attack, then it's a 21.
Shit, yeah. You grab the little fucker and throw it into another one right before it has a chance to latch itself onto Winona. So Winona, right in front of you, like as this cast right's about to get you, slow motion, like, nope.
Amazing. Oh, thank you so much.
Winona, roll athletics for me.
I got a 10.
Ooh. So unfortunately, you were so distracted from the sprite and from being saved that
Inspiration?
chunks of roof just... Oh, you do have inspiration.
I only have one though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can either use an inspiration or you can save them up. So it
Yeah.
depends whether you want to re-roll this.
But there are other people who can also roll athletics, like Lou
Oh, good point.
can still roll.
Okay.
Yeah,
Never
I'll
mind then.
keep mine. I'll keep it.
Okay.
As long as I don't get more damage. I think I'll be okay.
I know, I need to heal you again,
so
but I don't have that
sorry.
many spell slots.
I still have my healer's kit. I think I could do it again.
You keep... I'm so sorry. It's unintentional. You're just the one who keeps getting damaged. So Lou, roll athletics for me.
I did, and I got a 14.
Okay. You just barely managed to get... So combined with the nat 20, that's 3 more successes to get you to 2 out of the 3 you need.
Oh, you got me. Oh my God.
Describe how you grab just a few more of these shingles.
Okay. So in this case, thinking back to those old professional wrestling programs that he would see touring across, there was one thing that they would always do, and that never made sense to him until he learned showmanship, but it was the idea of climbing up a ladder and how that took a century before you can go grab that belt off the thing. And this time he knows the showmanship, but he knows this is not the time. And so as he I imagine him scrambling up the wall and just almost slipping at the end, but being able to grab a few, just pulling them down and furiously throwing them back towards Mr. AD and saying, whisper to them, whisper to the roof. I don't know what you're saying, but whatever it is, it works.
You see runes spilling out of his mouth as they go and attach themselves to the pieces of the roof, and it pulls them back into place. And now you have one more chance as these chaos sprites sprinkle more dust. It's to the point where there are 3 of them, and they're just ripping off chunks of the roofs themselves as they giggle. So what are y'all gonna do?
Punch it.
You're gonna punch the cast. Roll for attack. Are you just gonna cast magic?
I have a quarterstaff. I can just try to smack it with a quarterstaff.
Do it.
It was a 7.
All right.
I think I
So we're
missed
gonna count that-
entirely.
You whiff it. And because you're focused on that, chunks of the roof just fly by you. And so that's a failure for this round.
Well, that was a bit embarrassing.
Yeah, who's next?
How many of them are there?
There are 3 of them.
Okay.
The 3 of you remaining need to make successful athletics checks, or else you fail this round.
We still rocking disadvantage.
I'm gonna say no, not this time. They're not directly. I guess it depends which one of you. Tell me what you're doing. I'll
Oh
tell
my
you
God,
if the chaos
no.
sprites
Sorry, finally found a spell that works.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to cast fear on myself.
Oh!
And so I am going to turn myself into whatever these things fear the most. I know what they fear, and I will project that onto them. And they each have to make a wisdom saving throw, and if they don't succeed, then I have frightened them to the point that they're just done. This roof isn't worth it because their worst fear is standing on this damn roof.
Okay!
2 of them succeed.
Two of them succeed?
A natty 20.
Rude.
One of them got 20, yeah.
Rude.
Hey, chat,
Okay,
there's
well, I got
a-
rid of one of them.
There's a
One
reroll
of them-
option. You can use it on the DM. Just saying. And I'm delaying my sentence to see if anyone will do it. So
Wait. Do we want to re-roll? Do we want to re-roll, or do we want to save it? Because I'm scared about what's going to happen with the third thing.
chat can use the reroll redemption points and give it to the DM to force the DM to reroll.
Come on, chat. Come on. I'm just saying. This was a brilliant idea that
This
should
was
be
great,
rewarded.
guys, and I can't do it myself because it's cheating.
Look, worst case scenario, the chat doesn't back us up, and at least we got rid of one of them.
My sister's very upset. Everybody's mad they don't have enough. Is that Kip? Is that Kitty Kip? Violet?
Hi, baby.
Hi! Hi. Anyways.
Okay,
We
anyways,
can
okay.
keep going.
Sorry, so we got rid of one. I got rid of one of them.
Yes.
Okay. Come on, you two. So I feel like at least this should make it easier for whoever's going to do an athletics check next.
Yeah.
Excellent. So athletics. $29, baby.
Hit.
Yes! Oh,
All
thank
the
you,
other sprites-
Nox, for the raid. You are so kind. Thank you.
Geez. So while the other 2 sprites turn beady little red eyes, chompy teeth, are staring at you, Raven, Lou, you take the rest of this opportunity, like you and Winona kind of tag team this, grab like this huge armful of roof, just create this giant ball, toss it at Mr. AD, who more runes spill out of his mouth, and puts the roof back together. And the roof seems to be stable for now. And Mr. AD just sighs. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, but we still have one more thing to do here on the roof. And he points over to these. He points to this shelter that's just a bit away, that's being dragged into just the void of purgatory, this giant white hole. And you see that there is a winged doggy who has a few fairies on his back.
Doggy!
Now you see this shelter. Mr. AD explains that this shelter was kind of like just this little home for tiny creatures that Lo Fo Yeramim collected over his time as the Archfey of lots to do. And it's their little home is being dragged into this void, and this dog is trying to save them. And what you need to do is make it to the dog before it gets sucked up. So what's going on here, as time and space bend, is the shelter is a distance of 120 feet from all of you, and it's moving at a pace of 10 feet per round. The winged doggy is trying to take the other little fairies with it, and on its turn will try and move closer to you. And so you have a few rounds to just simple enough to just make it to the dog.
As an
All right,
empath,
are you ready for this?
Yeah.
We gotta save them. I'm too invested.
right? Okay.
So I need you all first to roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Right.
Constitution.
I
Concrete.
already know that the empath thing is about to come back, and I already know Raven is annoyed by it. Like, it hasn't even happened to the roleplay yet, but I can tell you already how this is about to go.
Ooh, 14.
I got a 10.
7.
Oh.
That's not great.
So anyone who did not pass a 15,
Nat 20! What a waste of a nat
Nice.
20!
not exactly. Slow has been cast on the rest of you. Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do. But Raven, with that nat 20, not only are you not slowed down, but you notice you just through the power of magic, you see this kind of glassy, shimmering roadway between you guys, the little building, and where the doggy is.
Okay.
And so, oh man, how to do this? So the floofer, the little doggy,
The Wolverine.
takes its. There's so much math involved with this one. I can't tell you that this is the one you rolled. Okay. See if we can do this. So, 120 feet away. So the floofer is going to move 30 feet towards all of you.
Okay.
Does anyone off the top of their heads remember what slow does to your speed? I think it halves your speed.
I can look it up real quick. So slow.
Yep. Halved speed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's halved and has a penalty
All right.
on dexterity.
So the dog moves 30 feet closer to you. It's about 90 feet away from you. Raven, are you going to take the dash action?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So Raven's gonna dash specifically like along the road that she can see, and so she can move 60 feet with the dash,
Mhm.
which means that she's still 30 feet away from the dog, but
All
that's
right.
closer.
And in the moment,
Right.
the space between you grows another 10 feet.
Mother, like she just starts cursing.
The rest of
Absolutely
you, what are you going
ridiculous.
to do? Your movements halved. You can try and cast some spells. Lou, you might just be out of the running for this.
Look, I'm gonna enter a nice little flavor rage, because Lou is just pissed off. There's a dog in trouble, and I'm moving so slow, like in my dreams, and that's the worst feeling. So Lou is just like clenching his teeth, and when I go into that rage, of course, if I don't take an attack, I will take some psychic damage. So it's like the emotional damage is compounded with some actual
Emotional
damage.
I knew it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, ugh. But that's all Lou's got.
I'm just trying to keep up and go as fast as I possibly can within the parameters. And I rip a little piece of fabric off of what I'm wearing and I tie it around my
Yes.
my head and I start humming. Eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. I'm just keeping going.
Understand what the
Excellent.
theme we've created musically here is, but I'm really obsessed with it.
10 out of 10, honestly. Ugh.
All right, so, as you get closer, Raven, you notice there are still some fey creatures in that little, lovely area. The little box that's being torn into oblivion, not oblivion, but limbo. So you are within the dog, yeah. Do you rush over to the dog?
I rush over to the dog.
Do you rush past the dog? Because there are more fairy creatures that are about to be torn into limbo.
Are these the same fairy creatures that were fucking with us earlier?
No, these are different fae.
So are these like more the ones that were feeding us tea, or more the ones that were fucking with the roof?
More the ones feeding you tea.
One of these days I should really build a character without a moral compass, because I do think it would make it easier to play.
Here's the thing. What's going on with them, they're kind of too scared to move. You can try and persuade them to leave the shelter before it vanishes into limbo. Because there's only so much you can do with the dog, especially when everyone else is kind of frozen. Or moving at half speed.
It's true. So instead, what I'm going to do, I am going to rush. I'm going to rush, because how far past the dog are they? Approximately in feet. Because
fucking math.
Frickin' game makes me think in Imperial. Like, let's...
Fucking math.
Give me a number.
Shoot, so I guess it's... So it's like 60 feet from you?
Oh, it's another 60 feet. Okay, so can they hear me?
Yes.
So I'm going to just stand at the dog. I'm not going to cast a spell at this stage, although I'm aware that might be something I do. I'm just gonna be like, come, like you don't stay there. You're gonna be hurt, and you have things to do. You have a purpose here before the end. Don't go yet. Come here.
Right. Roll persuasion.
Now I have the tiger stuck in my head.
I know, same.
I'm so sorry.
Honestly, I'm not mad about it.
I am. So 50% success rate.
Because I keep saying Jensen Eccles. Just, you know.
Oh god. Anyways, I only rolled a 9. So.
You do have 2.
I'm so far back. Can I send my inspiration? Because I can't do anything else from where I am.
I got a 19
they can
on
still...
my second. I got a 19.
All right. The Fae kind of look at each other like, you're worried to get to them, and so they use their turn to dash.
Because I would like to think that I'm there. I'm like surrounded. I have this cloud still. Like I look like I know what I'm talking about as far as life and death goes. When my whole point is like gloominess and things, and I'm telling you to run, I feel like that would be pretty persuasive. So that's how I think I convince them.
All right. Since we're running low on time, I'm going to speed this up. In kind of this moment, it's all you, Raven. All eyes are on you. As like you rush past the dog, Luther, and you meet the rest of those Fae. You grab them as you see their home tumble into limbo. Then you turn around and just dash back, and soon you're back on the roof, and you let all the Fae go. And they all hug you, nice little warm huggy hug. And you all get another point of inspiration.
Yay!
And I'm a little uncomfortable with all this hugging, but like also I let it happen. You know?
Lady Moth is gonna go join in on the group hug.
Now I am very uncomfortable with the situation.
Wrestling?
Wrestling sounds preferable. Anyways.
Excellent. As you're gathered on the roof, you are teleported back inside, and you see Mr. 80, and he ticks off the last of the 8 challenges, and he... Sorry, my watch is telling me to go to bed. He sees that some measure of the old domain is returning to its usual state, albeit there still appear to be some permanent changes that have happened. He seems both happy and strangely sad as he closes his ledger, and it immediately vanishes into a tiny million golden butterflies that fly away
Aww.
into the rainbow-colored sky.
Oh.
I think this is it, folks. Then, why do I feel this way? After a brief moment of silence, well, you can all approach Mr. AD to comfort him if you'd like.
I probably want to roll something. Let me check my empathness. Nope, unarmed strike will not work.
What are you trying to do?
No, I'm just teasing about that. I want to use gaze two minds again and just kind of like get into his psyche and like try to soothe him and make his
I'm not
words
gonna lie, when you
be more
said
elegant.
gaze, I wasn't thinking like G-A-Z-E.
G-A-Y.
Why?
I want to gaze into his mind.
I don't know how that would work.
I don't know
but-
either. Does he give consent?
So this is actually perfect that you do that.
Yay!
So there's time stop. It's like the spell is cast on each of you as the ghostly figure of Lord Foe Yerimim appears before an entranced Mr. AD, who sheds tears of joy at the sight. At last, his long-lost friend. The luminous golden reflections are felt through the room, even if it's just a vision in one's mind, and Mr. AD says, "It was all my fault, my lord. I let it come to this. I should have just done my job in time instead of wasting it looking for, well, attention. But I didn't know what to do. It was worse than ever before. My body just wouldn't cooperate and move into action. So I needed to do this. I really needed to." The ghost of Lord Yerimim moves closer to him. But none of you can see this, except for Lady Moth. The rest of you are just frozen and confused, like, what the actual fuck is going on?
Dude.
And you hear the words in a strange yet oddly familiar voice. "I shall not see the shadows, I shall not feel the rain. I shall not hear the nightingale sing on as if in pain. And dreaming through the twilight that doth not rise nor set, haply I may remember and haply may forget." The figure that none of you can see, Lady Moth,
Yes.
you see this figure caress Mr. AD's beard. And this figure is just the shining light in like a humanoid shape. It's a rainbow light. He caresses Mr. AD's beard, and from it pulls out this tiny note and hands it to his little caretaker. Mr. AD takes the note, reads it, and breaks into tears. He lets the note fall to his feet. And he curls up into a ball, sort of crying himself to sleep. Now, none of you know what's really going on, but Lady Moth, you read this note through his eyes. And this note says, "I am sorry. I moved on, forever away from here. I am now living anonymously, making tiny quotidian miracles in places you can only dream of, my dear friend. I hope you find this note, or else, if all fails, I'll make sure some semblance of me delivers it to you. You've still yet to realize the infinite power of your soul. I trust you will do so presently." As Mr. AD cries, he insists that this vision was real. He's finally returned. Lord Yerimim, he's finally returned to put things back in place. Everything will be fine again. Everything will be fine. He's hugging his knees as tears stream down his face. You have 3 rounds who just comfort Mr. AD of the loss of his dear friend and convince him that what he saw was a ghost, that the Archfey has not returned. Now, Lady Moth, it's kind of up to you to fill everyone else in on just happened, because they just have seen Mr. AD talk to nothing at all, and they haven't read this note.
Okay. She'll kind of look at everyone all sad. I know you don't like it when I say it, but as an empath, I looked into his mind, and something happened. The Archfey is not coming back. He left a really sweet yet really depressing note for Mr. HD, and he won't be coming back. And Mr. HD thinks the premonition you saw of him was real, and we need to make sure he knows that it's not, and he's not coming back. If that makes any sense.
It does.
Raven mostly feels really bad for every time she's made fun of Lady Moth for saying I'm an empath. Because this is the first time the Lady Moth has ever said I'm an empath in a situation in which that was actually both like helpful and relevant. But also, I definitely don't have the emotional maturity to apologize or do anything about it, so instead I just nod.
Mr. Aggie continues to just weep as he smiles. He's back. He's back. Archfey's back. He's back.
I walk.
Oh no, go ahead.
Go ahead. I walk over to him with a half-used tissue, and I go, "There, there, honey. There, there."
Why are you saying there, there? He's here. Everything's fine.
We gotta have a little talk, honey buns. We gotta have a little talk.
You're right. I need to introduce you since you've helped.
I don't.
You need to meet him.
What you saw isn't real.
What do you? My dear friend, no. Lord Yermem is right there.
He's not
It's right
here.
there.
He's not here, honey.
If I touch
He's
the
here.
premonition, will it go all misty?
Ooh.
Well, first, roll. I guess you're trying to comfort him. I guess roll persuasion.
Okay.
Persuasion? Okay. Wait, me or
I think it was you.
You.
Me.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, give me a good one tonight. 18.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll do it. So, yeah, just continue to explain this to him. The Lady Moth, you see this image kind of flicker, and Mr. 80 looks at you, Winona, like, my friend, what are you saying?
He's not coming back, sweetheart.
No, that can't be right. He's right there.
It's what you want to see. But he's not here with us.
But he's right there.
There's the half-used tissue again. Don't mind the snot in the corner, just use the other side.
He takes the tissue and just stares at it. So that's one down.
Can I touch it? Can I touch the premonition? Will it go all misty?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to touch it and show it's not like a physical thing that's really there. It's just a projection.
Do you say that to him?
Kind of. I'm gonna walk over to the premonition and say, "Hello, Mr. HD."
The font is Mr. 80.
Yeah, 80.
Yes.
Close enough. Mr. AD, may I show you something?
Yes, my friend?
And she's gonna touch it. Kind of like swirl her little flowing wings.
Well, of course, he's an archfey. Of course, sometimes he's incorporeal. He shouldn't do that. That's rude.
That's because he's not there. This is just a message. He's off on his own adventures elsewhere. And sent this message to you, and see it's not going to affect him, it's not going to hurt him. It's because it's not real.
No, what message?
The note.
What no, the note just said he was back. It's you're wrong, buddy.
You might want to read it again.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. Tell me if this works, and if it doesn't, I'm going to use my inspiration at 12.
It does.
Ooh! Okay.
So you reach over, you pick up the note and hand it to him. So you've got the note in one hand, the snotty tissue in the other. And he stares at the note. And his smile slowly disappears. No, my lord wouldn't do that.
He did. Because
Stop.
he trusts you.
Please don't lie to me, my friend.
It's not a lie. He trusts you. He's moved on to a bigger place than here. And soon you'll be able to follow.
Raven's gonna cast Zone of Truth among them. Be like, she's telling me the truth. I promise.
So I'm guessing all of you choose to fail the saving throw so that you can tell the truth.
Yep.
So yeah, Mr. 80 recognizes that a spell has been cast, and
she says, and as she's cast it, she's also like, I'm sorry. And if you want to mourn, I'm here to mourn with you. As like the cloud figures above her.
So it's not like he's dead or anything. He just went to another town. Think of it that way. He just went to another town. He's not like gone. He just is off on different adventures. And is leaving. So he's not gone like dead. He's gone like traveled to another town, and he's leaving you in charge. Here.
Raven's just gonna like put a like gentle hand on Lady Moth. Just like, you did good.
oh,
So
I
much
see.
emotion.
I know.
Steve. I see. Mr. 80 stands up. He sobs gently, smiles, and stays in deep silence for a moment. I think I've known it all along since he left. Just didn't want to, or maybe I couldn't see it clearly.
Denial is
Staring me in the face
powerful.
all along. Even my beard knew it.
It's very nice.
My beard had that note. I knew my beard could keep secrets from me. He gently walks around the mansion. As he walks, any of the remaining crumbling pieces, any torn remains begin to heal. Things begin to be set back into their original place almost by magic. Almost as if time was reversing to a magical moment where everything was as it needed to be, or as it should be. I think I can find a way to make things right, Mr. AD says.
I don't see why not. You're pretty good at it. You delegated, remember? You had us help. You delegated. Did you find someone to sing for the softball team?
Completely different person.
Oh, shoot. I mixed them up. My bad. Anyways. Oh, wait, hold on. That was someone else. I'm quite careless, you know.
That's fine, my friend. You've been thinking about the citizens of Yauza, and that warms my heart.
That is true.
He invites you all to sit with him in the garden. He stares into the twilight. And he asks you, my friends, what has driven you to adventure, to help others in the past, and what will drive you to do so in the future?
Smiles. I'm good with emotions, except my own, but helping others smile, I like that.
If it makes me feel good, and it makes the other person feel good, why not keep doing it?
Yeah.
Death, despair, mortality. I mean, they're all inevitable. But they don't all have to be right now. I do what I can. I serve the gods I serve. I recognize how everything is going to go. But I make sure it doesn't happen before it needs to go that way.
Good enough. That's good enough.
Tell me, all of you, what was your happiest moment?
Ever?
Ever. This adventure in the past. Yes.
Well, my happiest moment. I think I want to tie it into what's going on with you right now. Because I don't know how it feels for you exactly. And Lou is going to activate his rage and not take an attack. And you'll see that pain shake through his body. And he'll say, but I can feel pain with you. We can bear the pain together. And my happiest moment is knowing that, and he'll gesture to his friends, Raven, Lady Moth, and Winona, that whenever I feel pain, we can all bear it together.
Mr. AD, grasped your hand. Thank you, my friend. Everything will be okay. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it is stupid unless it happens to chat with another fish and realize fish aren't great at climbing trees, and that's okay. There's plenty of ocean. A great person by the name of Lady Jessica told me that, and after Lord Yeraman left, I was but a fish trying to climb a tree, never realizing how far I could swim. I couldn't find my ocean. But that's what Lord Yeraman did. And I think so have I just now. I've realized he has bequeathed this whole domain to me. a while ago, and I was too busy trying to pretend I was just a normal caretaker. I didn't realize the gift I had been given. I suppose I'm the Archway of lots to do now. And as you are all doing your best to help me out of a dark moment, I knew how much you loved me, how much I loved you, and how much I loved Yerimim as well. You know, he whispered something right at the end before vanishing forever. He whispered to me, "You are not broken. You're not stupid, my dear wonderful fawn. You do not need to try harder. You are not a failed version of a normal fawn. You are amazing and you can do this." It would also be nice to learn how to climb trees, though.
I
As
can't
you all
swim.
watch this,
I have wings and I can't swim.
let's learn together, my friend. As you all watch the sunset and the shades of twilight darken a bit, signaling sundown, Mr. AD gets up and says, "I have a whole domain now to take care of, and you to thank forever and always, my dearest friends. Don't worry. Everything will be okay." And a portal appears. And Mr. AD gestures towards it. "Thank you, my dear friends. I do hope to see you all again. That we may be able to swim together, climb trees together, once Lots to Do has healed.
Okay. Okay.
Farewell.
I like
Farewell,
that.
but just for now."
It was lovely meeting you.
It was lovely meeting you, my dear friend.
Keep your beard nice.
You might want to consider braiding it. It looks very braidable.
Oh, that's
You know,
a
you
great
could
idea.
elevate your style to the next level.
As you say that, the beard begins braiding itself.
Oh, that's a neat party trick.
I do suppose this is quite lovely. I say it suits me well.
You should keep it.
I agree.
I shall, as a memory of you. But go, my friends. I fear I do not do well with goodbyes. Though this is just a see you later, I suppose. But even then, I don't know if my little fawn heart can take it.
It'll be better next time. Tomorrow?
This time.
It'll just be better. Yeah.
Until next time, my dear friends. And the portal swallows you all up. And you're back on familiar ground outside of Waterdeep. With all of these wonderful memories of Yowza and Lots to Do, and the dear Mr. AD who, though he stole your attention, did it for good reasons. He gave it back. You were able to help him. He was able to finally ask for help. And you bonded over your bonded over trauma, over the desire to just be useful and to help others. And you will always carry that with you as your party continues to travel. And Mr. AD, Lord Archfey of Lots to Do, will never forget you. Thank you. Well, now that's the one shot. But now let's make this like the ending of a Pokemon movie. Let's just have like brief shots of like what you're all doing in the future, and your wonderful land. What goes on in your future?
I fly Raven to therapy every Tuesday night.
Yeah, and we go and see different therapists same time slot in order to make us both go to frickin' therapy.
You trickster! That fits.
I think after that frickin' emotional damage,
Emotional damage.
but Raven actually realized kind of, I think, through that question exactly why she did anything that she did. And part of that is because she understands what she believes and she understands how she can help people through the hard parts of life. And so she really commits herself to that. And some of that's adventuring and some of that's serving in the temple, but she's kind of doing a little bit here and there, but always kind of keeping this deep down.
I imagine every time she looks at the Twilight, she thinks of Mr. AD.
Yeah, and hates him a little bit deep down.
Yeah,
And that's Raven.
that's fine.
Winona was so touched from the whole adventure that everyone went on that she crafted her own musical called Yowza. And it shows everybody going through the adventure, it shows Mr. AD, and it's a full musical, though we couldn't get the copyright for some songs, so we had to improvise. Eye of the ADHDer is in there, but, you know, we had to change up the lyrics a little bit. And it's nice because the adventure and the themes live on in every town that they put the musical on with.
Ugh.
Of making sure that you ask for help, of making sure that you spread your burdens and your feelings among friends because it's better together, and the memory of Mr. AD.
Right, Lou, what about you?
Blue, I guess maybe this made him think about his love for the more theatrical wrestling. And he started to get back into that, and it just reminded him of someone, reminded him of something. And in this case, Lou is actually going to, in the next show, at the end, once everyone's cleared out a bit, he's going to set something up in the center of the wrestling ring, and he's gonna call Winona, and he's gonna say, "This is a surprise. Do you mind if I blindfold you?"
I'm used to it. I've had that happen to me before with the sheets. Yeah, of course.
Great. And he's gonna lead her down. And when he takes off the blindfold, she'll see that there's a table set for two, with an elegant meal, candlelit, and he says, "Please have a seat. The other guests should be arriving soon."
Okay.
And then he will, a little microphone will come down from the ceiling, and then he'll call out, "Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Rad!" And I'd like to imagine that with that, the smoke comes out, and we've got someone descending from the rafters, skateboard glued to his feet, and he does a sick kickflip as he arrives in the center of the ring, and Lou will simply say, "Catch you later, Winona."
Right. I think to end at the very end of the credits, you are all at a tavern once again, sharing stories of your latest adventure. You hear the door of the tavern open, and you think nothing of it at first until someone sits down at your table. and you all look up, and it's Mr. AD, and he looks at all of you and says, "My dear friends, you have my attention. Continue the stories."
I can't believe I have to be the one to close this
Thank
out.
you, Blackout. Thank you for playing Adventures in ADHD with me, everyone.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
That was
Not
amazing.
expected.
An emotional roller coaster.
I was not expecting to cry tonight, and I cry at yogurt commercials. So what does that tell me? That's not true. I just need to be really clear. I cried at one yogurt commercial once, but it's just my and now it's fine.
Makes sense.
It still fits.
It still happens.
I admit, I definitely teared up at the last bit with when you had to convince Mr. AD that Yermem was gone. Fun fact, Yermem is memory backwards.
I was wondering about that.
Yep.
I love that.
I'm not okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. This was one of my favorite one-shots I have ever been a part of. We'll go
thank
around.
you, Awfully Queer Heroes, for this wonderful one-shot.
Yeah. Whew.
Amazing.
What a great cast. And with that, we'll have everybody do a quick round of tell us again who you are, where to find you. I'm Erika Onduin. You can find me here all the time. I'm a writer for a Women in Gaming series on Couch Soup, of which I'm actually going to be interviewing Violet for. So look out for that article coming out end of the year. And a content creator at Deadpan Gaming with Cozy Gamer Fridays. And let's go to our special guest, Violet.
Hello, I am Violet, aka That Nerd Violet. You can find me full-time, 4 days a week over here on Twitch at twitch.tv/thatnerdviolet. I'm also on pretty much all socials as That Nerd Violet. And thank you so much again for having me tonight. This was one of my favorite TTRPGs, D&D one-shots that I've ever done. Wonderful. Absolutely awesome.
Oh, thank you so much for joining. You were just fantastic. I'm so glad you were able to come do this with us. Matt, how about you?
Yeah, I'm Matt. I just played Lou, and you can find me on all the socials and on Twitch and YouTube as Improv and D&D. Thank y'all so much.
You have some fantastic stuff there, and you teach us some really good things. So thank you for making me a better DM and player. Mika, what about you, bud?
I'm Mika. I do things. You can find me on Twitter at Goggleboy, GOGGLEBOY. I'm currently working on my first article for Couch Soup, actually, all about being a dungeon master.
I'm so excited.
So look forward to that sometime in the next month, I guess.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, 'cause I have to go through editing and stuff.
it'll be about a
Yeah,
month.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. Check it out if you want to hear some of my fun stories about things I've had to deal with as a DM, like with Steph, some of the things he and her spouse and our friends have put me through, including a huge power vacuum in a burning city.
That I can't wait to
in
read more about.
Philadelphia.
Speaking of Steph.
Hi everyone, I'm Steph. I am a recurring guest here on Roll D5, and as well, you can find me on Twitter at StephyJulia. Only part of it's CTRPG related, but come on, we're all humans with a bunch of different interests, right? And I, yeah, that's about all I got. I have a bunch of other things in the works that are not currently.
Garlic. Garlic is one of your interests.
Oh,
Love garlic.
I decided to, when people started leaving Twitter because of the Elon Musk debacle, I decided to rebrand as a garlic stalling.
I love that.
Because I just decided I was done with all the discourse, and so I was just going to be really obsessive about garlic. I'm Ukrainian, if you can't tell. Anyways, it was so wonderful to stream with you all, and I have so much fun on these, and I look forward to seeing everyone next time.
Me too. All right, everyone, stick around for a little bit. We are going to raid a new friend of mine. You're going to love the channel name, Tabletop Titties.
Perfect.
Fantastic. fantastic people. So we're going to go ahead and rate them here in a minute. Thank you so much for being here. Check out our schedule on Twitter and other places to be able to see what fantastic things we're going to be doing next. And I hope you all have a most fantastic rest of your evening. Drink water if you cried, because you'll need it. All right, everyone, have a good night. We'll see you next time.
you